Hello, hello, and welcome. My name is MiniBetrayal, and this is Factorio 1 per minute, episode 2. In the last episode, we built a train station. I've since done a couple of little tweaky things around. I've changed the dot at the beginning of all my old stations. Let's get rid of that and that. To an underscore. That way it is now suitably at the bottom of the list. I said I would do that off camera, and I did. I've also filled in the rest of these storage chests here for the buffer area, and I have set up some trains. Of course, they're all saying no path at the moment. Two reasons for that. Firstly is I haven't actually built the mining outposts yet, so they have nowhere to go, and also just to make sure they don't go anywhere, I've cut off the way for them to actually go. But I will show you what their path actually is supposed to be. Up here I have 9 train stations, clicking away as they do. These are going to be templates for my outposts. So, for example, here we have train stop. It's called Outpost Water. And then Outpost Oil, Outpost Uranium, Wood, yes I know, Coal, Stone, Copper, iron, and even more ridiculous than wood are other raw resource that needs a bit more love. Fish. Haven't decided how I'm going to do that one yet, but fish is an in-game item, so I do need to collect 1 per minute. Anyway, so looking at these, I've about divided up the trains into what I think they might need. I can always switch them around later if I need to, but iron ones, they go to this parking station here until 5 seconds have passed, just to give them enough time to fuel up, and circuit condition iron ore is less than 1 million. So this circuit condition here is sent to the train by the station, which comes from this one up here, which is reading the logistics network contents. So if there's less than 1 million in this logistics network here, and it's been there for more than 5 seconds, it will move to the next station. Just reminds me, I have a bunch of logistics spots on me. Get rid of them. The next station is the Omni Inn station, where it will go until it's empty, and then it will go to the Iron Outpost station. All of those are the same. These ones are identical, except they go to the Copper Outpost. These ones are identical, except they go to the Coal Outpost, the Stone Outpost, the Wood Outpost, and the Fish Outpost. The only difference is that there's slightly different numbers in there. So that should take care of that. The uranium ones are slightly different because, of course, they have the sulfuric acid in the back. They will stay at parking until uranium drops below, I think I've got 100,000 set there. They will then go to the uranium in station, which is this one's over here, until it's empty of uranium and full of sulfuric acid. So it will stay there until both of those are true, and then it will go to the uranium outpost until it's full of uranium. These are the water ones. They just go between the water outpost and the water input, and the oil ones are pretty much the same as that. I've been looking at my spreadsheet, and it turns out we do need a little bit more water than I thought we do. Now, we don't really need 2 water stations. I don't even really think we need 2 oil stations here, because this unloading station, it unloads very quickly. It can empty this train in a matter of 3 or 4 seconds, because it's going straight from the fluid wagons to the storage tanks. But I don't know how many trains we'll need. So, as a just in case, I've fit this line in here. It's disconnected at both ends at the moment, but if I need more water trains, I can plug that one into there and have this as a queue for water trains that will connect in somewhere up here. Also, I've put in this one here. This is just a passenger station with a nice sort of turquoise train. That's not really turquoise, that's more of an aqua colour, isn't it? What colour is that? All blue, all green, yeah. Okay. As for anything else... Oh yes, I've also put some more pipes here. This is like my buffer area for my two fluids, water and oil. Down here, this is the beginning of my bus. So I've separated everything out. All of this needs to be iron ore, copper ore. I think this one is coal. Yeah, that one's coal. Then stone, uranium, wood, fish. Now, I've never been very good at fluid mechanics, but I think we need 3 pipes of water and 2 pipes of oil. I could be very wrong, but we'll figure that out. Anyway, we need a way to get stuff from this buffer area up here to the beginning of the bus. And that's a little bit further down than I would like, but I do need quite a bit of room along here. So this bus is going to be a long bus, and I don't want it to bump into this stuff here. I could move this, I guess. I could move it up there, maybe. Yeah, I'm not using much power, so my uranium nuclear reactor is offline at the moment in the old station. CoverX is still going. This is a ridiculously over-engineered CoverX setup that basically never backs up. Let's see. Yeah, maybe I will move that. So if I move the uranium stuff to there, I could put the power station next to it. Yeah, okay. Let's move this up to... where did I put that? That should be about here, I think. Yeah, that should work. Okay, so let's just put that down there. And just bring it up here. And then off camera, I will move all of that stuff out of the way. Okay, so we want a way to fill up a belt using bots. So that should be enough to compress it. Okay, so if I copy that, and we need, how many was it? 15? Yes, 15 of these. Okay, there we go. That should, once I've set all of the requesters up, should give us 15, let me just double check that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 belts of iron ore. Okay, and as an added bonus, there's even a nice little hole in the middle to fit a substation, so it's all powered. Okay, now I need to do the same, but only get 10 belts of copper ore. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then I've already forgotten what was next. What needs the most? Coal. Let's do coal next. So we need 2 belts of coal. Then we want stone, uranium. Okay, that is going to be the beginning of the bus. Okay, we do also want the liquids on there. So this one is water, so let's get that set up. And then oil. Okay, there we go. Alright, now it's time to set up the requester chests. So let's give you a nice time lapse of that, because that'll be nice and fun. And there we go. Alright, okay, so that's all done. Now, of course, we just need a way to actually get some stuff here. So, We need some outposts. Now, I have sort of, in my mind at least, earmarked some places which I think will make for good outposts. We have heaps of stone down there. We've got some nice uranium deposits around. For water and fish, I guess. Well, water is basically just going to be here, so I probably don't even need the trains, but, you know, for consistency's sake, they'll come out, pretty much just go straight across to maybe down here or something and just fill up with water, then head straight back. Fish, I think what we might do is actually build out into the middle of one of these larger lakes, and then put the train station there, because essentially what I have in mind is I'll have some roboports there with construction robots, and every once in a while I will just deconstruct the water to get the fish in the area. I'll be doing something similar for forests. So I've got some large forests up in the north here that have plenty of wood. These are my biggest easily accessible iron and copper deposits, although there are some other large ones around somewhere. I saw there's 18 million iron up there. Down here we're getting into the really large ones, sort of like 57 million. Let's see, there was another large one I saw as well. I can't remember where it is. 25 million, that's it. Copper is a little bit trickier, but it's out there. So what I'm going to do, I don't know how well this is going to work, I may yet change it, but all of the outposts for a specific resource will have the same name. So let's look at copper, for example. So this one here will be called Outpost Copper. This one here will be called Outpost Copper. This one here will be called Outpost Copper. And as the trains get dispatched from here, they will, if I understand the way train paths work, they will find their way to the nearest station that is unoccupied. So that means, because we have enough trains, they should all go to different stations, I think. I guess we'll see how that works. And then at each outpost, what I can do is have a circuit network that disables any given station when it runs out. So that means we shouldn't have trains going to empty outposts at all, because the station will become disabled. Otherwise, all that really remains to be done is to actually set up the outposts. So, let me hop in the car, which is over here. Alrighty, all stocked up with a bunch of stuff. Which one do we want to go see first? Okay, let's go get this stone one, I think, just because it's the nearest. Okay, so this is what should be a working stone outpost. So it has 1,000 logistics bots ferrying stone from the chests to the requester chest over here, which will load into the train. This train station is not sending it to the train, but it is enabled only when the stone is greater than 0. Let me just make sure, so that's white like that. White means it's on, with equals before, yeah, so that's off. So yeah, so as soon as this outpost runs out, that station will turn off and no more trains will be sent here. So let's go have a look at it in action. So let's turn the trains on and see what happens. Okay, so I want that one to go back. I've got another section of rail over here which needs to be put back. I may as well put these ones in as well. Okay, they will start going to the station because they go to the station before they go to the outpost, in theory. Where's that one going? Ah! Not parking, you should be going to uranium parking. Ah, you see, this is why we do this, because it's a test. So uranium parking until 5 seconds have passed. And, what did I set it to? Uranium ore is less than 100,000. Item count, uranium ore is less than 100,000. Set. And that's an and. We can get rid of that one. Okay, was that the one? Yes, so copy, paste, paste. Yeah, okay. And if I now send that to uranium parking. Why? Ah! Because there's a signal missing. There. I said there. Now you should be able to go. There's a train in this block, apparently. It's not that one, is it? No, this train's still not moving. They're all signalled. Ah! There we go. Okay, now those uranium trains should actually start going where they're supposed to. That will wait there till now. That will wait there for, what was it, 5 seconds? Yeah. And uranium ore is already less than 100,000, so it will go there until it's empty. And then it will go to the... Actually, it will go there until it's empty and full of sulfuric acid. So those ones will be fine. These ones aren't going to flash at me. That one is just going to wait there. Cool. Right, these ones. Fish... That will go to the Omni out until it's empty. And then it has nowhere to go because we don't have a fish outpost yet. Same for wood. And then no path. Okay, then I think stone are my next ones. So these ones should actually start going. That one. Huh. However, I have also forgotten to put a signal up here. but for whatever reason that one decided to go to the outpost first, which is fine, it's still in the right order. Shall we hop on board, follow them, make sure they get there? What's that flashing about? Not enough logistics storage space available. Probably just filled up. Okay, it's fine. Then the train fills up nice and quick, then it comes back. Meanwhile, that's the stone train coming in. It will wait there for 5 seconds, just to make sure it gets filled up with fuel, and then it will move into the Omni unloader, to the next available station. Where it will be unloaded and head straight back. Meanwhile, the bots will take it to both the buffer and straight to the bus. Oh, let's get off that. Okay, and then they will keep going until they get, I think it's 100,000? Yeah, 100,000 stone in the network. So we've got 6,000 at the moment. Alright, let's set the next ones off. So coal. You shouldn't have a no path. You should be going to Omni in first. Okay, and then we'll make sure we get at least one copper and at least one iron train going, and then we'll just fill in the rest. It's quite pretty to watch, actually. Yeah, it'd be nice if I could fit some more signals in along here, so we could have a couple more trains going in. I don't think it'll be a bottleneck. I mean, that particular bottleneck is why I have this massive buffer here. Okay. And that one comes in. There we go. Okay. So we do have a few more trains than we do have stations. Slight problem. Okay. It's not a problem, it's just that, of course, these have nowhere to go, so they're blocking the stations. As soon as we do have at least one of every station, or at least one iron and one copper, this issue won't happen again, and the stone will be able to keep going. So, that does appear to be working. So I'll get working on that. I'll make a whole heap of stations and mining outposts around. I'll do that as a time lapse for you, so you can watch that now. Next episode, we will get to work with the actual bus. And we'll start... forgot to put my phone on silent. Then, next episode we'll get started with the bus, starting with a smelting area. In the meantime, I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again soon.